Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Klonoa, Door to Phantomile, and we're back at the forest, but now it's not dying anymore.
Yep. Which is another staple that does occur within the series, where they do make you go back to a previous level, but not only do they change the aesthetics, but they also include different stipulations within it. Like with this, the forest is much more lively, which is going to open up a lot more different kind of platforming opportunities.
Yeah. But they're still bottomless pits.
Yep, they're still bottomless pits. They tied me up as soon as I gave you the key! And this butt munch. So, yeah, now we gotta find keys to open doors up.
Alright then.
So, this is where the level starts to get a bit more puzzle-based, because now you're gonna start looking out for these keys.
Is Klonoa momentum-based? Because I swear you went a little faster than usual.
There's some physics here.
There is some sliding that happens. For the most part, it's actually pretty bearable. At least until you get up to the last levels. At least that's what I find.
I see.
Like, that's where sliding... That's where the momentum and sliding becomes, like, my mortal enemy.
Yeah. Also, that's not a gondola.
It is to them.
Okay, whatever.
So, yep, there's our key.
Alright. So,
Joking.
Can you only hold one at a time, or...?
Yeah, well the thing is, there's only like one key for each area, because there's only one door that you gotta go through.
Yeah, so you don't ever have to worry about, like, juggling anything.
Yeah.
I will say though, Joka is really bad at hiding these keys.
Oh, that's cool. You can take an enemy from a previous area in the level and carry them to the next one.
Well, it depends, because some doors aren't big enough.
Yeah. Yeah, the door's gotta be big enough to be able to you know, allow both Klonoa and the enemy. But, you know, yeah, because if the door's too small, I mean, you gotta get rid of the enemy you're holding.
You've got to kill them.
You gotta make them explode.
You gotta
The geometry.
I got hurt! What? It always gets so awkward when, in earlier games, when, no, even games nowadays, when the voice actors would try to imitate the, Japanese dub, and then it just sounds silly.
Yeah, like the remake does try to do that, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, English doesn't sound nearly as good as
Yeah. And there's our key.
as if a...
But then again, I think it's... But then I think it also depends on, like, voice performance, too. Because, I mean, it's like... If JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has taught us anything, is that if you can get good people, you know, to do voice acting, you can have them shout out the silliest shit, but make it work.
Yeah, like Muda.
Yeah, like, you know, Ora, Dora, Muda, you know, gotta have to wait a little bit on that, you know, Part 5's, glory.
Yeah, I'm, wondering how they're gonna do the 7-page Muda.
No, I'm wondering how they're gonna do addy 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 addy!
Yeah, Bruno's battle cry. But we gotta wait before we get to see that.
Oh, now we got a big metal boy.
I can just imagine the thoughts that are running through these enemies' heads whenever they get inflated. It's like, I don't like this. My life is
Get your ass back here.
And then they turn into geometry.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as long as like some of those enemies have those armor plating on them, like they aren't affected by the wind ring.
Yeah. Which means the armor is doing its job.
Yep.
Learn to fucking aim.
Cut me some slack. I'm 8 years old.
Okay. For a second I thought that
There we
didn't
go.
hit.
That flower spawned an egg.
I mean, flowers do contain not only female parts, but also male parts. And that's your biology lesson for today, children.
And then that one's just out in plain sight. What the fuck, Joker? Remember, this is Gaudius's right-hand man. He hired a literal clown.
Is Joker just like, you know, like his own like little being, or like is he like a creation?
He does actually. Like I know in some of the spin-off games, like he shows up more. He does hold a bigger part in Klonoa Heroes.
Klonoa Heroes.
Yep. And you also get to fight him in Namco X Capcom.
Yeah, I saw that game, like videos of that. It's like, why did we not get that?
That's a good question.
Like, is that just an example of like copyright?
Well,
That probably was the issue.
Yeah, because I mean, that didn't stop like, you know, like Project Cross Zone from showing up, because I mean, you know, they were able to get all the copyrights to get the Project Cross Zone up in there. So it's like,
Yep. But like,
yeah, it's like,
the
did
thing
they-
too is that a lot of the properties in Project Cross Zone are ones that, you know, a lot more people internationally are more familiar with.
I suppose.
Which is weird because one of the characters in Project Cross Zone 2 is 7 from Xenoblade.
Yeah.
That's not the real name.
We also got Lucina Krob.
Okay, I'm happy that 7 is in the game, but it's weird that we got 7 and not Shulk. But then again, he already had Smash Brothers, so...
Well, so did Lucina!
And Lucina. Isn't Crumb in that game too?
Yes.
Father and son, father and daughter team up.
Yep.
You have outlived your usefulness, Spikester.
And now we save lives.
There's no life system in this game, I'm noticing, right?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, you see that gold coin with the numbers 13 next to it?
I see it now.
Yeah, that's your life count.
I was wondering what that was. I think it's also been forever since we've seen life systems in games recently that I just forgot about them.
Okay, I believe you.
Get out we were. Dangerous it is.
floating log. By the way, in the remake for this game, instead of saying yippee, the guardsmen of this place actually say something that sounds like a bit more of like a native tone. Instead, they shout Ponskapi!
Ponskapi.
Yeah, which, I don't know, I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, I kind of like that too.
Does that mean anything? Like, does it translate out to anything?
No, it doesn't, but I just assumed it's like some native thing that the people in the Forlac Forest state to each other since they're a native tribe.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's not even Phantomile.
No, it's just like it's just a native thing to where they're located, which I thought was a nice touch that they added. You got one remake!
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one. Ouch.
And then you start the level with only a half of your third heart.
It's like, fuck, it's one of those levels.
Otherwise, that would have been stupid.
So, now we're introduced to a new type of enemy, the bomb enemies. Basically, yeah, you inflate them, but they don't immediately burst upon throwing them. They have a set timer once you grab them.
Like Zelda bombs.
I hate these bomb enemies. It's like you will see why in a much later on. It's like fucking bomb enemies are the bane of my existence.
Yeah. And there's also different types of them too. Like there's some that there's some that have a longer timer, and then there's ones that have a really short timer. So you have to be quick with them.
Ooh, perspective.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is pretty much the whole gimmick of this level. We're basically just shifting through different parts of the arts of the level in order to try to get around the place.
Yeah, this is actually one of, like, the first times where, like, lots of, like, backtracking, really. Like, there's gonna be a couple of levels in Klonoa that it's gonna be, like, maybe backtracking isn't so much the right word so much as we're gonna be going in circles. Because parts of it, the level are, blocked. So it's like, as you unlock, doors and pathways, it's like, yep, gotta circle around to go to the next part.
And now it's even more babby.
The more babby, the merrier.
Now we activated a switch, and we go to a later part. Which, by the way, I believe there are some of those puzzles where the switches are timed.
Yeah.
Especially a much more infamous part of the game later on.
Yeah, don't remind me.
It'll be a first for me then, because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, don't worry, you will see soon enough.
It's ticking. And now it's not. Because it's dead.
We can hear you from behind the gear.
No, you can't.
I'm off screen.
If you can't see me, I don't exist.
He's a fucking ostrich.
Oh, that should have counted.
It should have, but it didn't for whatever reason, so there we go. It's that 2.5D perspective.
2.5? No. Stop it. Oh yeah, there's another thing about them. If you get too close to them, they'll try setting themselves off automatically. Say, there we go. And now we're about to learn a new mechanic with the double jumping.
Oh?
So yeah, we can chain double jumps!
Oh!
Shit, I didn't think you'd get up here!
Wow, Joka's kind of a dumbass.
Oh no! I dropped the basement key!
Oh no! I dropped the lead key!
You know, it's like, at least the jesters and knights were actually, you know, threatening.
God, imagine a team up between Joka and Riala.
Oh god.
Rihanna
I think Rihanna would probably, Rihanna would probably try and strangle the poor thing.
Probably. Also, Klonoa, maybe you shouldn't open doors by bumping into it so much. You might hurt your thinky parts.
And now we got the lift moving.
Yep, time to go back to the lift.
Oh my god, he really did drop the lift key! I was kidding.
God, now you know how I feel.
But yeah, you see what I mean, but Jordan, about, you know, the circling around.
Yeah.
Now we get to explore a new part of the level.
There we go.
Yay, more health! We can always use that.
I'm really digging the song.
Yeah, Klonoa has such a good soundtrack. Like, some of the remixes, too, that, you know, fans have made are also, like, really good stuff, too.
Yeah.
Any that you can recommend?
There's some remixes of, the last level in this game, Untamed Heart. A lot of the remixes that are really good.
Okay.
There's also a, my favorite boss theme in this entire game also has a really killer remix.
Okay.
Yay.
Ow!
Oh god!
No!
Yep. Those invincibility frames.
He just waves a white flag in the air, like, okay, I'm done.
Okay, I'm done. Grandpa, can I go home? I hurt it in my face.
And what did you hurt your face with, my child?
There's a
Fell down a hole. I fell down a hole. I got hit with spikes.
Oh my. That's quite a tumble you've had there, young one.
I'm dying!
Yes, I will help you feel better, don't worry. Just puts a band-aid on it. Pats his head.
And now we're about to get to the next boss.
Is this Granny?
Yep, that's Granny.
She looks a little young to be a granny.
She's probably the oldest of them.
Right. It's like, I'm too young to die! Despite what many thought, seeing as I was a grandmother.
So yep, that's our hint for this boss. Thanks, Joka.
Oh, come on!
Weird little crab thing with I don't know how the hell to describe it.
A clam with legs.
So, yep, you just use the springs, you hit it from above, and that's how you win.
Good.
I mean, peaches are nutritious?
But peaches are also supposed to be good for you. That was not a good peach. It had green shit all over it.
A little too soon.
Yeah. This one really likes to change its attack patterns up.
Okay, so this is one of those cases where the difficulty sort of sneaks up on you.
Yeah. It's like, even though you know its weakness, it's not, yeah, even though you know the weakness of the boss, it's gonna try to not give you too many instances where you can exploit it. You have to try to get the timing yourself.
Yeah. Oh no, another giant... Okay, this peach is even bigger.
Yep. So now it's combining all its phases.
Oh god. Please don't die. Yay.
With just 1 health left.
Also, cool guys don't look at explosions.
Granny had to, though. I had no choice.
And she talks like Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't get it. Is Granny the forest people's Granny, or is she also his Granny?
Nah, they just call her Granny.
Granny the forest people.
Oh, you bastard.
Nikes. Seriously, napkin and everything?
Wait, Granny, how did you know that?
She's been on this place. She's been in this place longer than us. She knows where things are at.
All right, that's fair. They're spreading. And the sun's still like, I see the population has increased. Get all this confetti out of my face. I am allergic to them.
Alright, but suffice it to say, we're now done with the forest, so join us next time, because we gotta get to Grandpa!
You gotta save Grandpappy.
Grandpoo!